Yeah, look at it. All right, guys, welcome on in. We are here to review Saturday night's main event, which only just concluded a couple of hours ago. I'm here with my man, Ray. Ray, how are you?
I'm fantastic, Sharpy. How are you, brother?
I'm good, brother. Yes, let's get into it. Saturday night's main event, San Antonio, Texas it was.
Yeah.
Thoughts, ratings? Let's hear.
So I'm just going to kick this one off and say this show actually took me by surprise. I didn't think this show was going to be as good as it actually was, but yeah, there was a lot of matches that were in there which I knew was going to be good, but they exceeded my expectations. So I might keep my review to the very end if you don't mind.
Fine. Yep.
Let's go. We go match by match. Are you cool with that? Sweet.
Yeah.
So to start us off, we're going to go Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley, SA girl, shout out to you. So Sharpy, start us off, mate. Shout us.
I actually thought it was their match was a lot better than I expected it. Like you said, a few of these were better, but I don't know, the crowd was kind of hot for it at the start. I felt like the crowd was actually into this match, which was... We've seen it at the Elimination Chamber in 2024. We've seen it a bunch of other times before as well.
Yes.
So I don't think anyone was like super excited for it. But like, I don't know, the crowd was kind of into it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I think the match went a lot better than I thought it was going to.
I thought it was an absolute great match. I mean, it's always hard to go up against Nia Jax because she is a rather bigger lady. So then who do you match up Nia Jax against that she's not going to tower over or be twice the size of? Well, our girl Rhea Ripley that's going to stand up against her. Rhea can pick her up. She doesn't do her finishing move too smooth, doesn't pick her up heaps well, but at the same time still pulls it off to make you believe that that person's in a fair bit of pain.
It's like when Lesnar would like F5 Big Show. It's like, it's done, but it didn't get that high.
Didn't pull it off, but it still did what it was meant to do.
Impressive.
It was a great match. I really did like it. Held our attention the whole time. No bad botches out of it, which is like, oh, what are we doing? And Rhea's outfit looked fantastic. Once again, SA girl, we love you. She's just putting in so much work now and makes her look so much more better. Now that we're in January, the end of January 2025 right now, she only had so much work and such good work last year. Unfortunately, did get injured.
Couple of injuries,
now it's just bringing it over to this year, 2025. It's going to be a wicked year, 2025, for Rhea Ripley, and we love her. So
speaking of 2024, Nia over the last 12 months, she's improved a hell of a lot.
She has improved,
I thought she's still a little bit reckless at times, but over the last 12 months, I don't really remember her injuring anybody at all.
No, I think she has been pretty smooth. We'll try to skip over the War Games match, and I don't think we need to go on to that
happened.
again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't know what
you're talking about. No toilet seats involved.
No, not at all. But yeah, she has definitely come a long way. I think as time's gone by, she's improved. She's known what she's done wrong. She's learned from her mistakes. And now she's at the top of her game. It's easy to say that she is. She did lose the belt a little while ago to Tiffy time, but how hot Tiffy was, I don't think she had any other choice.
I think she was always going to cash in on Nia too.
Always going to cash in.
Never going to cash in on anyone but Nia.
Yeah.
And that was the only way Nia should lose, because it would be the last thing that she would expect. She thinks that this sort of sidekicks with her ride or die, basically.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. So, yeah, I think Nia might have an interesting 2025 compared to how dominant she was in 2024.
I think so.
I don't know what she's going to be doing this year, but I can see a lot of others taking the spotlight now.
So, would you say that Nia, now that she's had her turn in the spotlight, I'm going to call it that, it should now be pushed down the card, be a bit of a mid-carder?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or do you still believe that she should be a main event, a main roster?
I think she dominates in the Royal Rumble.
Ooh, yeah.
But doesn't win it. But I think that she would be a great, like, oh no, she's challenging Chelsea Green for the US title.
Wow.
And Chelsea Green has to figure out a way to beat her.
Yeah,
like, just stuff like that. Like,
okay,
a bit like a Braun Strowman role kind of thing as well.
Yes.
Like, really big, really dominating.
Yep.
But then like the baby faces have to try and find a way to win sort of thing. I think that she'd be perfect in that role.
Yeah.
And she can also like go and find a tag partner and win the tag titles and stuff as well.
For sure. Now, once again, in saying that she has a tag partner, I know she's with Candice LeRae right now, if I got that name correctly.
Yep.
Now, once again, because she's such a huge lady, Candice LeRae looks tiny compared to her. So who she has to be in a tag team with, they need to be very careful who they match her up with to be such a dominant force. But she can be. Once again, 2024 was such a great year, but 2025, I think there's going to be big things in store for Nia.
It's going to be an interesting year. Let's move on to Bron Breakker defending the Intercontinental Championship.
So my boy, so I'm going to start this off. I
Sheamus.
love Breakker, and I've always been a huge fan of Sheamus too. So I was so excited for this match, knowing that these two guys are going to be at the top of their game and bring it out. Some hard hits that were in it. At one stage, Sheamus always going to be with these two guys. At one stage, Sheamus jumped off the stairs from the corner on the outside, and Breakker caught him in the air and took him down in the air. Sheamus isn't a small man, so to do that, it would have bloody well hurt. but it's just pulled off so smoothly and
nice.
so cleanly too. Bron Breakker, I can't talk any more highly of this young kid. He's only pushing this belt defenses and everything that he does behind it to be better and better and better each week to each event that he does hold up with. I love it that he was on this card to sort of show that he is definitely a main eventer and he can push this belt more and more and more. And we can't take anything away from Sheamus. Sheamus is still holding it down.
Soon, no, I think Breakker has to lose it at Mania to Sheamus.
Mania, okay.
Everyone wants Sheamus to get his Golden Grand Slam or whatever it's called, win literally everything in WWE. I think Sheamus does it at Mania and people will lose their minds.
I would lose my mind. Once again, I'm a big Sheamus guy. I do love Breakker, the young fella, but if Sheamus does win this at WrestleMania, I will go absolutely spanners to get behind this this great white whale. Is that what he was called at one stage?
The Great White North?
I'm
not sure what he was.
Something like that. I'll definitely get behind Sheamus and I'll be jumping up out of my seat. So good luck to him at WrestleMania or Royal Rumble. Who knows?
Out of 10, what are you going to give it?
That match, oh God, I'm going to say 8.5. There's always room for improvement, but it was a damn good match. And I liked it that there was no interference as well. It was just a smooth one-on-one match that they needed. It was great. Yourself?
Yeah, I'd give it an 8.5. I think these two mesh really well. Breakker's a smaller size, but so explosive.
So explosive.
Sheamus can bully him, but yeah, Breakker can take a licking and keep on kicking. So yeah, I thought it was a great match, and they're going to have way more encounters in the future with other people, hopefully as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. What
so side question to you there. So when Sheamus does win it and they go spanners and whatever, let's go 1 or 2 years down the track. Can you see Breakker and Sheamus being a tag team with each other? Do you think that would mesh well? Kind of like the Wolf Dog styles, but maybe not as comedic. Do you think that would work?
I could more or less see Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser being a tag team.
Wow, okay, yeah,
I think Breakker's a future world champion.
Yes.
I think he either wins some sort of big opportunity later this year or next year. So no, I don't think they'll be a tag team together, but I think Sheamus will, yeah, it's hard. I think Sheamus will have another tag team run at some stage, but I just see Breakker singles push the whole way.
The whole way.
Yeah.
And
maybe at the end, or maybe like you said, maybe he wins a world title and then he's feuding with someone and then they win the tag titles together or something, just to add some more spice to the mix, because Breakker's good, but like his promos and stuff still need to improve. I like the intense gimmick, but he's just not super interesting. He's having great matches, don't get me wrong, but I need a little bit more from him.
Yeah.
Because the Wolf Dogs was so entertaining.
So entertaining.
And
Loved
it showed his range that he could do. Now he's on the main roster, he's not really doing much like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that they could work on and improve.
Absolutely. Totally agree, for sure.
Yeah. They're not getting enough out of him at the moment.
Not yet.
Yes.
Still
Plenty
many
of time.
years.
He's so young, so much potential.
So much.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right, so next we had Cody and KO with the contract signing for the ladder match. What did you think? How much did you enjoy it? And what did you think of Shawn Michaels getting a super kick in on KO?
Well, I've just got to comment on Shawn Michaels straight away. The man doesn't drop a beat. Even though the years are then coming onto him, the hairline's probably not looking as good as what it once did. But the man's speech and the way that he is in the ring is still so well presented for a WWE Hall of Famer, superstar, character, anything that you want to call him. This man, he's just the definition of a legend that still can do what he needs to do every single week.
Just the way he was like to KO, he was like, you sound jealous, man.
I loved it. I did
like,
love it.
That's so good. The writing was perfect there, and the
Yeah.
way Shawn delivered it as well was great. KO's like, what? What did you just say to me?
I did love it.
And the line-up for the super kick, doing the old crowd build, and then bang, hit KO, got him out of the ring. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
What did you think about KO saying to Shawn that he's made the Winged Eagle title more relevant than Shawn ever did?
Yeah, so I think we'll come back to that, but let's touch on KO's heel turn, if we may, please.
Yeah, sure.
So it was a couple of months ago that then KO then started saying, why is Randy starting to why is Cody, thank you, trying to help out the bloodline, trying to help out Roman and things like that. So slowly but surely he started turning into this heel character, and everything that he was saying was facts.
True. It still is.
True. Yeah, it still is true. So then he's making himself out to be the bad guy, but at the same time, there's still some facts in there. So slowly but surely, he made himself into this heel character by attacking Randy, by having the match with Randy, Cody by attacking Cody and whatever else. And now he's coming into saying what he needs to say and dropping bombs. I'm just going to call it that.
Yeah.
I love it. KO as a heel is so good. I feel like there's been years and years of just built up energy,
and
built up aggression,
anger,
built up knowledge that he's had over the years, and now he can finally just say, I'm going to say anything that I want onto the mic. Yeah. And it's so good. Like, KO is at the top of his game. I absolutely love heel character KO. So, going back to what you were saying about the actual signing in itself and what KO said to Shawn Michaels, once again, a bomb that got dropped. It was great. Yeah. I mean, not only were we stopped and taken back by it, and
oh, that was a good one.
I think the whole crowd did at the same time. I actually think Shawn Michaels did too. I think Shawn Michaels did sit back and be like, whoa, man, you just dropped that one on me too. So the segment in itself was great. Yep. I love the segment. Even how aggressive that Cody got for a little while there too.
Like, will you shut up?
Yeah, enough! Yeah. And grabs the mic. I've had enough of this. We didn't come out here to listen to you talk. Yeah. We didn't come out here for you to just keep going on. Sign the contract. Let's do this. Yeah. Loved it. I love this different side of Cody that's fed up with what KO's trying to do.
I need more emotion. Not sad emotion, but I need more like angry emotion from Cody. Like, when he said that, enough! I was like, whoa. Oh, Dad's angry. Okay. Yeah. Like, wow. That was sick. Like,
it was great.
And that would be the heel side of Cody that I want to see in the future. Like, Homelander Cody would be amazing.
Oh, so good.
Love the segment. What did you think of the two belts being hung above the ring? Did you like the look of it?
I did like the look of that. At the start, when the Winged Eagle first got put up, I was like, I don't know if this is going to be pulled off. Once they put the Undisputed next to it and slowly raised it up, I was like, that looks great. Yeah. That looks absolutely awesome. Something that I hope they don't do in the ladder match is take the whole hook off in itself. I do want them to take off both of the belts, but
I think they'll take the hook off. They've been doing that the last couple of years now. I'm with you. Yep. There's something satisfying about ripping the belt off.
For sure, yeah.
Like when Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho, they had a ladder match together and they pulled it off, and they were tugging on the end of the belt, and then Jericho managed to take it away. I think that was just such a creative finish.
Yes.
I could see them doing something like that, hopefully. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great ladder match at the Royal Rumble, and I cannot wait.
I can't wait. I think KO is just going to put his body on the line and do something.
Oh, he will. He 100% will. Yeah.
As he always does. And I think Cody's actually going to try to keep up with KO.
I think Cody will do something crazy too.
He's
taken a flaming table spot before, so Cody's got a bit of that craziness about him too. We won't give that one a rating, but that was a great segment. I really, really enjoyed it.
Great segment, yeah.
Let's move to, was it a squash match, would you call it? He kind of did get squashed, literally and figuratively. Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu. Fatu with a great promo on the way to the ring.
Great promo, yeah. Great promo.
Fatu!
Yeah, I thought it was awesome.
Did on SmackDown as well.
Yeah,
okay, he's onto something there.
So let's touch on Fatu real quick if we can, please. So there was a very big push for Jacob Fatu in 2024. Like, his debut was 2024. Great. Now, we didn't know what to expect from this guy, but his backflip was so smooth and so clean for the size of the guy that he is too.
He's massive.
Huge. So we've always known him as the enforcer behind Solo. Solo's obviously lost the Ula Fala to Roman Reigns the other week.
Missing.
He's fantastic. He's gone. He just gave us a silent treatment and walked out of the arena. So now Jacob Fatu is pushed into the spotlight, and I love it. So far, he's only just smashing goals left, right, and centre.
I think he's going to be the real tribal chief soon enough.
I think so, yeah.
The stuff that he's capable of doing. Have you seen some of his promos on the Indies before?
I have not, no.
They were like that, what we saw today. And
okay.
He's a phenomenal talent, not just in the ring, but outside talking, on the mic. He's great.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was great. Braun looked really good at the start. He had some really good, what do they call them, pounces, where you run into them and they pounce off you?
Yeah.
Flew Fatu over the table at one stage, went for another one, Fatu reverses, and then the momentum just stayed with him, and he put him in a corner, ran into his head about 20 times.
I think so, something like that, yeah.
Crazy. And then
after a while, then the old Strowman started bleeding out of a spot, not really too sure. Touch on that, Sharpy, go on, I know you want to say it.
We saw a little bit of blood pop out of the mouth area, but then as they cut to him, he was putting like the sack or whatever it was under the, you literally just saw him go like, rit, rit, and put it back down. You're like, no! You cut to him at the worst time possible, man. We saw everything. No.
So a hidden secret, guys, is WWE. Yes, it is fake blood that they use from time to time. The camera's not meant to be on you, at the stage that you're actually doing that, just like Sharpy said, cut to him at the very worst time. But he did sell it quite well. You saw where the blood was coming from. You saw Jacob run into him time and time again, smashing in his face, so to speak, to make him bleed. And then just with the onslaught of moonsault after moonsault. Even the crowd got into it at one stage. One more time.
Yep.
Few more as well. So I think what this has done for Fatu has made him just be
even more dangerous and deadly.
And an absolute animal more so than what he already is. Not an animal, maybe even a werewolf, if you will. So I think it's going to be so great for Jacob Fatu's career and what he's doing, and Strowman holding it down to selling for the new guy that's come in as well. So good on both of those guys. Fantastic match. Great match for sure.
Ended in a DQ, but I didn't like it as it happened, the DQ. It was like, no. But then what happened afterwards, it was like, okay.
It made sense. It did make sense. Poor ref. He just got thrown out of the ring like he was nothing. Yeah. Just threw him straight under. So that's what got the DQ for Jacob in the end. But great match.
Does Fatu go in the Rumble and cause absolute chaos?
Oh, good call, Sharpy.
Chuck him out at like number 10 and just have him go nuts.
Just annihilate a fair few people out there. Oh, no, I'm gonna save that. I don't know.
Save it for another day.
Save that for another day, I think, Sharpy.
Let's move on to the main event. Jey Uso versus Gunther for Gunther's World Championship. Gunther retains. Pretty good match.
Yeah, not too bad.
What did you think?
Not too bad. I thought it was good. So Gunther has gone a little bit, I'm going to use the word lackluster.
Off the boil.
Off the boil, let's go with that for a little while there. So I think with the stuff that he did with Damian Priest got into his head, started killing his confidence a little bit. After that, his momentum of his monster-like reign of just being this absolute powerhouse that smashes everyone that's in his way has slowly sort of dropped off a little bit. So now we're starting to see a few cracks in the old Ring General's armor, if we can put it that way. Now, I didn't think that Jey would get as far into the match and be as dominant as he truly was. But I know these guys have gone against each other a few times now. So maybe we're starting to see Jey figure out the Ring General just that little bit more.
I like that thinking because, Jey had him on ice right at the end there. Hit 2 spears, he hit the splash. Was looking like he was going to win it. And the thing that I like the most is for just that split second, the crowd believed that Jey had it won. It was, oh, he's done it. Here we go. It's 2.9. You're joking. And then Gunther does what Gunther does, picks him up, double powerbomb, game over. But I loved that the crowd they made us believe for us. Even you and I were watching and going, oh, has he done it?
This could happen. This could happen.
So, and that's all I want from a wrestling match is to believe that the underdog can win even when they're not going to. I love that sort of stuff. So I thought that was match of the night for me. What did you give it out of 10?
The match?
Yeah.
The match, I'd probably give it about I'm going to say 7.5.
I'll give it an 8.5. I probably liked it a little bit more than you did. I just thought the ending was top tier.
Yeah.
I need to, for me, if I believe that they're going to switch the title and they don't, then I'm sucked in and they've done their job. So that was great. What did you give the show?
So the show, I'm going to give it, like I said, I wasn't expecting so much from it, but it just delivered for me. So I'm going to give the show an 8.5 because I really did rate it. Yeah, it's up there for me. I did rate it. What about yourself?
I'd probably give it a 6.5 or 7. I thought that Rhea and Nia, the match was good and the crowd got into it, but we knew what the outcome was going to be and it was never going to be anything but. Breaker and Sheamus, we've seen a bit lately as well.
Loved it.
Great match. Braun and Fatu didn't like the DQ finish, but again, we understand why.
Totally loved it. The segment with KO and Cody is so good. So good.
I do like the legends being around the ring too. I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7. I do like seeing all the legends and the old school vibes and stuff like that. But for me, I would love to see a title switch on one of these shows going forward.
Oh, okay.
So I think, did Chelsea win the US title on the Saturday night's main event? Did she win it there or did she win it on a pay-per-view?
No, I think she did win it on Saturday night's main event
so
because that was the build-up to it.
Yeah. So one thing I want to see too is like a mid-card title be defended on this as well.
Okay.
So we've got the IC title and the world title there, but or even a tag. We didn't have a tag match.
No, we didn't have a tag match. Yeah, I know, because there's that many of them out there now. Why wouldn't we?
They could have put the Raw ones on there because the SmackDown ones are being defended at the Rumble. So
yes.
I don't know. And then you could switch a title, and then it's like, oh, these shows mean something now.
Yeah.
They've kind of got that Crown Jewel-esque vibe where it's like, I don't know if anyone's they're not going to change titles.
Yes, yeah,
right
totally agree.
Before the Royal Rumble, they're not going to do that. So it'd be good if they changed like a mid-card or a tag or... I don't know, you could even put like an NXT title on there of some sort.
That'd be good, I'd love that.
A random North American Championship or whatever, just to mix it up a bit. But
yep.
Yeah, I thought, I like the Saturday night's main events and I'm keen on watching them in the future, but I would like to see a title change at some point, just to make me second guess. Like, well, yeah, oh yeah, Jay is going to win.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's not going to. So.
For sure. Something that I would love for them to do to improve the show is we understand the ads. I totally get the ads thing, and we're all in it together, so that's completely fine. But I know in the last Saturday nights, when they had it up for the main event, they did have the ad-on, and in the corner, they still had the wrestling on too.
Picture-in-picture, yeah.
So I still wish that they would do something like that, but hey, you know, guys, it's still a business in the end of the day, so they do have to do what they need to do.
And for us Australians, we still got to watch it for nothing on YouTube, which was cool.
There you go. But, you know, they are a business, so we sort of get it, but at the same time, we're going to be a little bit annoyed by it, but at least we're all in it together.
It does kill the flow, but also it's going to make me appreciate the Royal Rumble in a week's time when we don't have any ads whatsoever.
Yeah.
And we got the whole show.
Yeah.
Sit here and be like, oh my God.
One week.
Yeah, 1 week away, guys. We will be live for the Royal Rumble on TikTok, on YouTube, so make sure you guys are there with us. Thank you for watching. Any final thoughts?
Loved it. The show. Can't wait for Rumble.
Can't wait for the Rumble. Let's go, baby. We will see you guys in a week's time. Bye for now. Peace.